Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Langhorse Field on the campus of Elmhurst College for today's CCIW men's soccer matchup, featuring the visiting Carthage College Redmen and your Elmhurst College Blue Jays. Before we begin, let's meet today's starting lineups. First for the Redmen of Carthage College. Starting in goal, number 1, Aaron Dirk. Number 3, Greg Pignantaro. Number 5, Cesar Castanon. Number 7, Danny Diaz. Number 8, Alec Jurosovic. Number 12, Tyler Peterson. Number 13, Zach Koshbin. Number 15, Jordan Innes. Number 17, Tyler Cortez. Number 18, Will Velez. And number 23, Jordan Baker. The Redmen are coached by Steve Doman and enter today's game with a record of 4-4-1. And now the starting lineups for your Elmhurst College Blue Jays. Starting in goal, number 0, Sebastian Domshevsky. Number 3, Randy Warren. Number 4, David Griggs. Number 6, John Brem. Number 9, Brian McMahon. Number 11, Matt Sterner. Number 15, Neil Crowder. Number 19, Kyle Wright. Number 20, Keith Thurman. Number 22, Luke Froelich. And number 27, Brian Krensick. The Blue Jays are coached by Dave DiTomaso and enter today's game with a record of 5-3-0. Our officials for this afternoon's contest, Chris Colofin, Keith Angel, and Victor Herrera.
Second match of our doubleheader today, Elmhurst and Carthage of the men's variety. Both teams opening the CCIW portion of their schedules. Elmhurst enters today with a record of 5-3, while Carthage is 4-4-1. I'm Tim Calderwood with you on Bluejay TV. Kevin Jude is alongside as well. The women were victorious in the opener by the score of 2-1, and the men will look to follow suit and open CCIW play for the first time as the defending CCIW champions, Kevin.
That's right, Tim. Elmhurst comes in defending their CCIW title for the first time in 2010. The Blue Jays captured the crown last year in 2009 with an undefeated conference record. They went 5-0-2 in conference play en route to their first ever CCIW championship. Elmhurst brought back 10 starters from that squad this year. A little banged up heading into today's game, but the Blue Jays nonetheless ready to go here as they take on Carthage College.
And it'll be Carthage who opens with the ball here in our first half. Elmhurst quickly takes it away, scampers the other direction. Matt Sterner leading the charge. Sterner with his back on the turf. Ball is loose. Kept alive by Elmhurst. It's Luke Froelich. John Brem is tripped up. The flag is in the air. And a quick foul called against Carthage. Just underway in the first half here at Langhorse Field on the campus of Elmhurst College. Glad you're alongside on Bluejay TV. Elmhurst with an early opportunity. Into the goalie box, headed away. Knocked airborne by Brem. Out to challenge comes Aaron Dirk. It is still loose, and Dirk will better his way around Brian McMahon.
A little miscommunication that time with the Carthage defense, as it looks like their defender didn't hear Dirk calling keep. It looked like that was Jordan Innes was backpedaling and almost collided with Dirk.
Aaron Dirk, a junior goalie out of East Moline, Illinois, standing at 5'9" between the pipes. He's played in 7 of the 9 matches for Carthage this season. Has allowed 7 goals, a goals against average of 0.96 and 43 saves. His record is 3-3-1.
Tim, today's match, meeting number 7 all-time between Elmhurst and Carthage. Both teams 3 victories in the previous 6 contests. Elmhurst snapped a 2-game losing streak to the Redmen last season. Each team scored twice in the opening half, but the Blue Jays get second half tallies from Keith Thurman, John Brem to score a 4-2 win in Kenosha.
Just the third home match of the season for the Blue Jays, who blanked Monmouth 6-0 back on September 7th at Barron's Park, and fell to Dominican also at Barron's Park by the score of 2-1 on September 15th. In goal for the Blue Jays is Sebastian Domshevsky, senior out of Des Plaines, Illinois. We will tell you about him when we have our first opportunity to see the senior netminder here on Blue Jay TV. Just underway in the first half. No score, Elmhurst and Carthage. A throw-in upcoming for the Redmen. Will Valise with the honors, the sophomore out of Springfield, Illinois. Tosses it back onto the Elmhurst side and played down by Randy Warren. Kevin, what does a lot of experience do for a team like Elmhurst when they've got 10 starters back from a team that won the conference last year?
Well, it's certainly beneficial anytime you're bringing that many experienced players back on the field. This team won last year, Tim, so they know how to win, and you can't stress how important that is. You know, they know how to compete and be successful in the CCAW, and they've got everybody back from last year -1, and now a collision here as two Blue Jay players collided into each other and are shaken up.
And a stoppage of the clock called for by the official, as both Kyle Wright and Keith Thurman are slow to rise to their feet. And both appear to be okay.
Thurman and Wright just got to shake the cobwebs off a little bit. Kind of looked like they butted heads.
The official checking on him. Kevin, our officiating crew here for this match.
Chris Coloffin's the man in the middle. Keith Angel, Victor Herrera working the lines today. And a free kick for Carthage. That'll start the clock.
And it's headed out of the box. Teams will kind of feel each other out here in the early goings. Elmhurst a 4-2 win over Carthage last year, so these are teams who are capable of putting points on the board. Taking a look at the Elmhurst schedule, they opened the season losing to Ohio Wesleyan 1-0, followed it up with a 4-1 win over Rose-Hulman and a 6-0 win over Monmouth, plus a 3-1 win over the College of New Jersey. The three-match winning streak, the longest of the season for Elmhurst, and can be equaled here this afternoon. They then lost to Elizabethtown 3-2 and Dominican 2-1, but have won consecutive road matches at Adrian 2-0 and at Edgewood 1-0 as well.
And we're going to have a foul on Carthage just outside the box here.
Going to be a tough angle for Elmhurst from this perspective, though, as John Bren will place it down. He's going to have to get an awful lot of bend on it if he wants to try to put it towards the goal. He'll likely just try to chip it up into the box.
Now, the one Blue Jay who's probably best at bending shots, however, is John Brem. We saw him do it earlier this year against Monmouth. Just bent one clean in. The goalkeeper had zero chance on it. He's one of the best on the team at doing just that.
Breaking towards the box. It is airborne and headed into the box and loose. Pouncing upon it is the Carthage netminder, Aaron Dirk.
Keith Thurman got a head on it. Looked like he was trying to get it over to Brian Krensick, was the man in the middle of the pack there for the Blue Jays. But Dirk, nice job, recognizes the loose ball and jumped on it in a hurry.
Best opportunity of the match so far. Here's Cesar Castanon centering. And Krensick comes away. Krensick is stood up by a sliding Tyler Peterson. And the flag is in the air. A foul is called.
I don't know if it's a foul so much as it may be on a handball on Elmhurst, as it may have bounced up and clipped the hand of David Griggs.
Under overcast skies here in Elmhurst, 57 degrees, wind gusting out of the east, 10 to 20 miles an hour. Some light rain was falling earlier. Rain in the forecast for tonight as well. Lots of long sleeves. It definitely feels like fall, and that 89-degree temperature of just 2 days ago seems much longer than 2 days ago.
Gotta love Chicago area weather.
Towards the goal, Sebastian Domshevsky is there. And our first opportunity to see the Elmhurst netminder, who has started all 8 matches this season. He's allowed 8 goals, a goals against average of 1.01, 29 saves for Domshevsky, who owns a record of 5-3 on the season. And he's very good, Kevin, at directing his defense. He's a very vocal goalie.
Something you want out of your goalkeeper. Very much in charge of the back of the defense. Will tell guys that they need to drop back into coverage and try to, when he sees somebody unmarked, he's going to direct his defenders. And very loud. It's hard to miss him if you're a defender. Like we saw the miscommunication happen early with Carthage in their situation where the goalie almost ran into one of the defenders. You don't see that happen very often with Sebastian and the Bluejay defense.
Randy Warren is pressured, forced to swing right for David Griggs, the sophomore out of Michigan. Griggs with his left foot swings right for Warren. Playing a little give and go, and now Warren will try to set it up, attacking the middle, heading for Brian McMahon.
McMahon, the reigning co-player of the year in the CCIW.
Loose ball into the box. Dirk races out, scoops it up.
McMahon led the CCIW last year in goals scored, earning first-team All-Conference and co-player of the year honors. He's on a three-game scoring streak for the Blue Jays. He's found the back of the net in 3 straight contests for Elmhurst.
This Blue Jay team has definitely put up some offense here in 2010. They have scored 19 goals in their 8 matches. McMahon is not even the leading scorer. He has 3 goals. Matt Sterner with 4 leads the way. Opportunity for Carthage, and the Redmen counter quickly to find the back of the net. Less than 8 minutes in, and Carthage with a little embellished celebration as there's an injured Blue Jay in the box. Quick opportunity for Carthage. Looks like Randy Warren is down in the box for the Blue Jays.
It was Alex Jurasovic, the man who scored for Carthage. Just a deflected ball that Jurasovic sprung free and was right there in front.
Second goal of the year for Jurasovic. The junior out of Skokie. Elmhurst head coach Dave DiTomaso will come out to take a look at Randy Warren as well. The training staff is out there. DiTomaso, the head coach of the Blue Jays. Steve Dillman in charge of the Redmen, who lead 1-0, having struck in the 8th minute of the match. And Warren is up on his feet.
Elmer's trainer Matt Pasalaco out there. Center official Chris Koloffin going to check on Warren as well, see if he's okay. Looks like they're going to make a sub for the Blue Jays as Tim Piotrowski heads onto the field.
Piotrowski, a junior out of Schaumburg, Illinois. He will take the place of Warren. And with Elmhurst trailing by a goal, it looks like we are ready to return to live action. Matt Sterner serves it up along the far side. Brem will try to chase it down, and it trickles out.
Sure, the Blue Jays not happy to find themselves down a goal here just 7 minutes into the game. But like you said, Elmhurst has put up their share of offensive numbers. Know they're capable of scoring here.
Carthage entering the match today at 4-4-1. They lost in their last outing at Chicago, falling 2-0. That was after consecutive shutout wins by identical 1-0 scores at home over Clark and Dubuque. They were blanked by Calvin 2-0. Upended Loris 2-1. Loris, a very strong program the past couple of years. Consecutive appearances in the Final Four. And a Final 16 appearance last year as Keith Thurman dribbles into the box. Brian McMahon with a great feed, and the Blue Jays have evened it up.
John Brem from McMahon.
Thurman to Brem to McMahon. Or Thurman to McMahon to Brem, excuse me, on great ball movement by the Blue Jays to even it up at one aside. Other scores for Carthage. They tied Oshkosh, shut out Marion 3-0, and have also suffered defeats to Wisconsin-Platteville and St. Norbert. Tied at 1 in a very action-packed first 9 minutes of the contest today. A whistle as a foul called on the Blue Jays.
This one could potentially looks like it could be a high-scoring affair. Great passing that time by Elmhurst, Tim. Keith Thurman did a sensational job just getting around the Carthage defense, then finding Brian McMahon. McMahon's, rather than take the extra, then try to go to the corner, just shoved it aside a little bit to Brem, who couldn't be more wide open right in front.
Into the box, and a header is in as Carthage immediately answers as well. And the Redmen celebrate as they retake the lead. Moments later, Jordan Baker, the junior out of Lisle, Illinois, with his first goal of the year, finishing it on the header.
Baker with the header off the free kick from Peterson.
We are not even 10 minutes into the match, and there have been 3 goals.
Could be one of those long days here today in terms of scoring. That's Baker's first of the season.
Into the Elmhurst bench it goes. A 2-1 lead for Carthage. They've scored on both trips up the field.
Fast and furious in the last 3 minutes or so of action. 3 goals in about 3 minutes.
And a foul is called against the Blue Jays. Let's take a look at the CCIW standings entering play today. The conference opener for each of these schools and the conference opener around the league. Other matches today show Illinois Wesleyan at Carroll, Millikan at Chicago, and Washington University of St. Louis at Wheaton. North Park is 5-2, Elmhurst 5-3-1, Millikan 4-3, Wheaton even at 2-2, North Central 3-3-1, Carthage 4-4-1, Augustana 2-5-1, and Illinois Wesleyan 1-4-1. Kevin, looking through those early standings, it shows really that the conference, it appears, is kind of wide open.
Definitely so far. A lot of teams, some early different season results. Wheaton had been so dominant in the past. They lost a lot of their senior leadership.
Here's a corner kick upcoming for Elmhurst.
But the Thunder have some very good young players. North Park solid as well. And this is where the season officially begins. Elmhurst has been, they have 3 losses, but they've played some very tough opponents. 2 of those losses coming to nationally ranked teams in the top 15. Ohio Wesleyan and Dominican both ranked in the top 15 at the time they played them.
Dominican reached the Final Four last year out of the Northern Athletics Conference. John Brem on the corner kick to the far side of the box, kept alive by Griggs. His bicycle kick is over the crossbar.
Good effort that time by David Griggs, but just tried to head it up to himself to set up the bicycle kick and just sent it a little too high.
Two to 1 Carthage with the lead. 33:05 in the first here at Langhorst Field.
Randy Warren back out on the field now for the Blue Jays. He came on after that last goal, so good to see that he's okay.
Keith Thurman playing back along the near side. Kyle Wright sidesteps a few Carthage players. The Redmen win it away. They've scored in each of their first 2 opportunities up the field, and they will not have a third here. Luke Froelich with some solid defense, but Froelich in the process takes down Alex Jurasevic. And Jurasevic draws the foul.
Another
a free kick for the Redmen. Tyler Peterson places it down.
Peterson had the free kick last time, resulted in the header goal by Baker.
And he plays it off of Thurman to the center of the box. Griggs comes racing in. It is free, loose on the ground. A chance and a save by Domszewski initially, but he kicked it into the goal. Danny Diaz makes it a 3-1 Carthage lead. Domszewski kicked it away, but he kicked it behind him and into the back of the net as Diaz finishes on the breakaway in the box. And with 32 minutes left in the half, Carthage holds a 3-1 advantage. Elmhurst looks a little shell-shocked currently.
Right now, yeah, it's like they don't know what seemed to hit him right now. 3 goals for Carthage. Just too many deflections here for the Blue Jays in the early going.
And here come the Red Men again. They're certainly not letting up at all on the offensive side. Castanon angles left. Carthage with a 3-1 advantage. Some room along the far side of the field again as they try to play it into the box. And it'll be cleared away by the Blue Jays. Out of the reach of Matt Sterner, who I think may have had an opportunity there. Thurman tries to go behind him. Castanon undresses him. And Carthage is offside. Early look at the numbers. Elmhurst with 3 shots, Carthage with 4 shots. But all 4 of the shots for Carthage have been on target, with 3 finding the back of the net. A through ball towards the goal. Cortez tries to rotate. Griggs finesses it away. Pignataro carries into the box. He'll fire towards the goal. Domszewski has it loose, but he's able to fall on top.
Carthage controlling the offensive momentum here in the early end, other than Elmhurst with that goal. Let's see if the Blue Jays can find the answer right here.
McMahon around his defender, shoots it through the box behind Sterner. Castanon tried to play across. Pietrowski is there. He'll aim through for McMahon. Heads it to Sterner. In the box, Sterner is held up and tripped up from behind.
That's going to be a clock stoppage here. We're going to have a penalty kick here.
A yellow card will be shown as the yellow card is removed and shown to Zach Koshbin, the junior defender out of Hawthorne Woods.
Now, if he makes it, the clock stays stopped. If he misses it, the clock will start immediately. Randy Warren going to take the penalty kick for the Blue Jays.
Warren with 1 goal this season. 1-on-1 against Aaron Dirk. The most exciting moment in soccer. And it's stopped. Warren follows it up and puts it in the back of the net on the rebound. Randy Warren strikes gold after he was denied on a PK. And it's 3-2. We're just 15 minutes into this match.
This is amazing here, the offense that's being displayed right now.
Cortez tried to keep it alive. It's knocked out. Castanon with a throw-in towards the box. Taken away by Thurman. Trying to work around Castanon on the near side. Out it goes. Off of Thurman. Jordan Innes with a throw-in. 3 white jerseys surrounding Danny Diaz. The foul is called against the Red Men. Three to 2, Carthage with the lead. Yes, we are just 16 minutes into this contest. All the way through the box to the feet of Aaron Dirk.
Tim, 5 goals in less than a 10-minute span between these two teams. Unbelievable offensive action here opening in this half for both teams.
Buckle up.
You got to mention how perfect Sterner's pass was to, or the pass in front to Sterner was from Thurman again. It was a gorgeous scoring opportunity that led to the penalty kick. As nothing that the Carthage player could really do other than take him down to avoid the one-on-one situation.
McMahon with his back to the goal. Over to Warren, who has scored for Elmhurst here in the first. Randy Warren's second goal of the year. John Brem's fourth of the season for Elmhurst. And a foul against Carthage. Jordan Baker's first of the season for Carthage. Among the many goals here in the half. Danny Diaz has also found the back of the net, along with Alex Jurasevic. A corner kick upcoming for Elmhurst.
Looks like it was partially blocked, or the Blue Jays' header attempt must have went off a Carthage player setting up the corner here. John Brem's going to take it for the Blue Jays. Nope,
Brem
going to the other
go
side.
To the far side. And no, the official says it's over here. Brem will place it down in the corner. Blue Jays crowd the box, providing a screen in front of Dirk. It goes to the far side. The header is loose. Thurman puts a head on it. Back out it comes, and offside. (26-10) in the first. Carthage 3, Elmhurst 2. You're on Bluejay TV. Foul is whistled against Luke Froelich. All the way into the box. 50-50 ball. Headed around. And controlled at the feet of Castanon. Castanon manages to stay in. He's got some space. Moves it to the left. And it's poked away. Good defense by Kerry Kenzior. Sterner, the only Blue Jay in the area. Did not bring it in. Play on, says the referee. Offside.
Randy Warren was waiting for it, and finally the official here on the near side put the flag up.
That's one way to try to stop the high-powered Carthage offense here in the early on. A little bit of an offside trap. They've caught the Red Men twice in a row on the offensive end.
Blue Jays play the kick short, working amongst their defenders.
Randy Warren with tons of space. He will wait patiently before serving it to Thurman at the left edge. He chests it looking for Sterner, and it's cleared away. Here's Kyle Wright with the left foot. Trying the right side. John Brem in the vicinity. Headed free.
Neil Crowder was there for a chance for Elmhurst. Heads up play that time by Pignataro rather, as he just pokes it out of play. (23:40) in the half, and a handball.
Quick restart for Carthage. Space in front of Jordan Baker, who has one of the 3 Carthage goals here in the half. Angling for the post, Domshevsky comes out.
Don't know if he was angling it or trying to chip it in for one of the strikers there for Carthage, just led him too far.
Sterner knocked to the turf. And a foul against Carthage.
Elmer's going to get a good opportunity here, only about 30 yards out coming on a free kick. Make it about 35 by the time once they put the ball back down.
John Brem lines it up. He is dead on. They try to bend it here. Dirk protects the far post. Brem with a short go to the right side. Chasing it down is Froelich. Served into the box and cleared away.
A little too far for Froelich that time. Was able to recover and still get there in time to play it back to Kerry Kenzior, but probably not exactly what Elmhurst was looking for originally.
Through ball denied by Piotrowski. (22-15) and a 3-2 lead. A stoppage and a card. The yellow card is out and shown to Neil Crowder, who does the sportsmanlike thing and makes sure that the Carthage player is all right. Second card of the match. One against each side. And they will sub out Crowder. David Madison, junior out of Arlington Heights, Illinois, enters.
Madison, a transfer from Georgetown University.
Into the box, Domshevsky punches at it.
Foul on Carthage in the box, contact with Sebastian Domshevsky.
Less than 22 minutes left in the half. A long ball, targeting Sterner. Plays it into the left corner against 2 Carthage defenders, keeping it alive. Out it goes. And they'll say off of Sterner. And now Sterner and Koshpin, a little extracurricular activity. McMahon over to Froelich. Torling for Kyle Wright. Near side for Thurman. Back to Froelich. Looks in the box for Sterner. Cleared away. McMahon brings it in. Over to Wright again. Towards the box and headed free. Kenzior turning. Playing back for Piotrowski. Into the middle for McMahon. He'll move right along the far side of the field, leading Madison towards the corner, and it will roll out for a goal kick. Carthage 3, Elmhurst 2. Coming up on the 20-minute mark of this first half. A whole lot of offense early on.
Elmhurst was down by 2 early on, but they cut it in half. Still a long ways to go here, and both these teams have been showing some offensive explosions at time here.
I think one of the reasons why it's slowed down a bit is because of how much time is left. You don't want to tire out in a match like this either.
You got a man down for Elmhurst on the far side. Bluejay just going to play it out of bounds. Wait for official to come over. Let's see if they're going to stop the clock here or not.
No indication of yet from our head referee. And John Brem, the injured party for the Blue Jays, will wave off assistance as he is helped to his feet. A couple of water bottles being flung in from the Elmhurst bench. Now he will ask for the clock to stop. With 19:22 left in this first half. Carthage held leads of 1-0 and 3-1. Blue Jays tied it at 1 and have clawed to within 1 at 3-2 with the clock running.
There you see the sportsmanship. Elmhurst had possession. They played it out of bounds to stop the clock for their injured player. Carthage just throws it back to the Blue Jays. Redmond looking,
Warren methodically moving up the field.
Putting a little pressure is Carthage, trying to put a little pressure on the Elmhurst defense.
Thurman hands off to Froelich. Working along the right side into the box, headed towards the goal. Thurman tries to chase it down. He's in a foot race towards the corner. He lets it ride, and it'll be a throw-in for the Blue Jays. Jordan Innes with him stride for stride defensively.
Keith Thurman going to take the throw, and he can easily throw this right into the box. We saw it against Dominican. He had an assist on a throw-in earlier this year.
Towards the box again, headed down by Carthage and cleared away.
They look for that big target on those throw-in. Brian McMahon stands about 6'3", 6'4" in the middle there. See a big target to aim for in the middle. Unable to find him.
6'3" on the roster. It is McMahon with a quick touch. Madison on the far side. Over to Brem. Waiting patiently. Drawing in the defense. And Carthage regains control. Pignataro. Chested down by Baker. It's Castanon. Working left. Into the middle for Tyler Peterson. Peterson again. Has a go. Wide left. Nobody went with him.
Hey, I've seen that a couple times now where none of the Carthage players not getting into the box there. And again, I'm not sure if that was meant to be a set of a blast there or maybe to try to feed one of those guys up front. But nonetheless, Elmhurst sets up for a goal kick for Domchevsky now.
Shots are 7-5 in favor of Elmhurst in this busy first half. Now 7-6 after Peterson's attempt. And a foul against the Redmen.
Warren with a quick restart for the Blue Jays.
Brem looks for Madison along the right sideline. Madison waiting. Will angle left, and it's interrupted by Carthage. 16:40 in the first.
Left a little too far for Brem. Nice play by Warren. Heads it back so Domchevsky can pick it up. Thinks about the short start and said boots it long.
McMahon attempts to reel it in. He finds Froelich. They play across for Wright, down in front of us. Wright crosses the center line. Nearly turns it over. Froelich for Madison, center of the field. Again for Wright. Inching forward. Finds Sterner. Keeping it in along the end line, and it is out off of Sterner. Here is Sterner again. Behind him for Wright. Back into the middle and knocked free.
Looking for Brem again, but just passed too far behind him, and now Carthage with speed down the middle of the field.
Tyler Peterson with a lot of room. He'll play to space on the far side. Pignataro tracks it down. Pignataro's tripped up and a stoppage.
It's going to be a yellow card probably on
Pietrowski. Picks up a yellow. Third card of the half issued by our referee. And a free kick just outside of the box for Carthage. About 12 yards away on the left side. Angling for the corner. Domchevsky could not stop it. And sneaking in from the weak side is Jordan Innes to finish up. Jordan Innes with his first goal. And for Innes, the sophomore out of Lake in the Hills, It is now a 4-2 lead for Carthage.
Second assist of the game for Tyler Peterson.
Have we mentioned there's a lot of offense here in the first half?
Carthage with 4 goals. Elmhurst already has given up more in the first half than they have in a single game all year.
And if you're wondering, and I know you are, the Blue Jays have surrendered 8 goals total in their first 8 matches of the season. But 4 on the board for Carthage on their side of the ledger as they lead 4-2. Thurman slides in on the far side and it'll roll out, leading to a goal kick for Aaron Dirk. Less than 15 minutes remaining in the first half. 6 goals on the board. Castanon works left into the middle. Pietrowski steps in front and controls. McMahon swings it near side. Wright is there at the center line. Back onto the Elmhurst side for Wright. Hitting across on the right wing. Served through the box. Sterner is there. He can't get to it. Innes, who moments ago netted his first goal of the season, interrupted the Blue Jays with an opportunity to answer. Official backing up Elmhurst.
Shots are still even here, 7 apiece. Carthage with 6 on goal, and 4 of those have ended up in the back of the net.
A busy, busy first half. Kenzior on the far side of the field. 13:28 left in this first half. Warren aims for the left corner of the box, and Thurman trips up with Innes. A whistle against Thurman.
Let them play.
It's like they just got their feet tangled a little bit. Thurman doesn't get the call. Elmhurst would love to get one more here in this first half, Tim. Try to cut into that Carthage 2-goal lead again for the Redmen.
You can now become a fan of Elmhurst College Athletics on Facebook, in addition to following the Blue Jays on Twitter. A through ball towards the box. Domshevsky is there first, just ahead of Alex Urosevic.
Too many
does have a goal today.
Too many opportunities like that so far for Carthage. They've had several of those opportunities where they're just putting balls between the Blue Jay defense.
A foul against Madison. Matt Sterner will place it down. Carthage players shake it up. Not only will he be okay, it appears as though he will take the free kick as well. 12-13 in the first half. It is Tyler Peterson into the box, and Domshevsky outleaps everybody. Peterson brings it in for Carthage. Over to Castanon. Back into the middle. Challenged from behind by Madison. Froelich takes it away. Forced to play back for Warren. Tries to start the break. Too long for Thurman. Innes on the scene, and Innes fails to reel it in. It goes out for a throw.
Again, Thurman's got that big, strong throw in. Elmer's going to wait
for his teammates to join him.
Wait and let the Blue Jays load up the box.
Thurman into the box, short and headed away by Innes. 50-50. Froelich and Castanon fight. It is loose. Cortez turns for Carthage. Randy Warren slides in and a good tackle. Foul will come way back. And it'll be against Elmhurst. The official momentarily allowed Carthage to use the advantage.
Didn't want to call it there. Didn't want to slow down what could have been a Carthage run. But realized he had to once that Warren came in with the slide tackle.
Peterson with 2 assists into the box for Cortez. Here's the feed of Jurosevic, who has a goal. Jurosevic denied, but a corner kick upcoming.
2 saves on that from Sebastian Domshevsky as Jurosevic got 2 opportunities. Carthage has just had their way picking apart the Elmhurst defense, though, right now, Tim.
Foul Zalewski. Entering for Carthage, and Zalewski will have the honors of the corner kick with less than 10 minutes left in the half, and the Red Men looking to build on a 2-goal lead. Zalewski into the box, cleared away. Here comes Brem with a long run.
Elmhurst has
Brem
numbers.
with numbers. Ahead to Sterner. 30 yards away. Sterner enters the box. 1-on-1 to his right. Back over to Warren. Warren will send it to the right side for Madison and is offside. Good counter ability for the Blue Jays, though. Quickly turning the corner kick for Carthage into an opportunity on the offensive end.
John Brem started it. He brought it about all the way back at the 20-yard line. Carried it up a little ways before feeding Sterner to the outside.
8:55 in the first. Carthage 4, Elmhurst 2. CCIW opener for each of these schools. And a whole lot of offense already on the board. Red Men survey the scene on the far side. And it'll be played out of bounds. John Brem tangles with Danny Diaz. A throw in for the Blue Jays. They would love to find a way to cut into this 2-goal deficit. Sterner tries to work his way around Koshbin.
Corner kick coming up for the Blue Jays. Sterner, nice job, played it off of Koshbin.
Third corner for Elmhurst.
Blue Jays could certainly use one here with under 8 minutes to go and trailing by 2. Under 8 minutes in the opening half, but they'd still love to cut into that Carthage lead here.
Matt Sterner standing directly in front of Aaron Dirk. Into the box it goes, headed free. Pietrowski collects. Looking for Brem, it's poked away. And all the way back towards midfield and out. A substitution for the Blue Jays. Trotting on the field is Moses Suleiman, freshman out of Bloomfield Hills, Michigan.
Give Elmhurst some fresh legs here in the closing minutes of the opening half.
They quickly target Suleiman. As with 7 minutes to play, the Blue Jays have a throw-in deep on the Carthage side. Keith Thurman will again wait for his teammates to assemble. Starts about 8 yards back. The long angling throw, headed airborne by McMahon. It is loose. Another opportunity is blocked from Kerry Kinzior. Blue Jays had 2 chances off of the Thurman throw.
Dirk came out and punched that one. Kind of surprised he didn't try to catch that one in, but just punched it out of danger. But it still remains an Elmhurst throw in here. 6:15 to go in the opening half. Carthage up 4-2.
Kinzior hands it off to Thurman.
5 goals in a 10-minute span in the first half.
For the throw-in. Into the box, a handball. McMahon went up on the jump ball, and the ball came down and caught him in the wrist. .5:45 first half. 4-2, Carthage with the lead. down by Zalewski. McMahon in the fracas. Plays it out. Elmhurst throw. Wright plugging ahead. Tosses it towards the center line. And a foul against Carthage.
Blue Jays quickly hustling up. 5 minutes to go here in the opening half. Randy Warren will take the free kick.
52 yards away. Warren opts to play it across to Piotrowski, who patiently sends it into the box, looking for McMahon, and it's cleared away. Headed towards the far side. Sliding play from Suleiman. And a substitution for Carthage. Exiting is Euro 7, who's been busy here in the first half. Entering, Mark Goldsberry, senior out of Gurnee. One of just 5 seniors on this Carthage squad. Elmhurst with just 3 seniors on their team. 4, if I could count. 4 minutes left in the half. Sterner stood up by Innes. Played to space for Pignatara.
Get back, Keith.
Into the middle, Hamilton with some room in front. Sliding is Randy Warren to poke it out of bounds. 3.5 remaining in the first, and another sub for Carthage as they look to add to this lead. Tyler Cortez departs. Vladimir Schlegter, junior out of St. Charles, takes his place on the pitch for Carthage. Schlegter tries to chest it down, and it's knocked away. Under 3 minutes left in the half. Carthage 4, Elmhurst 2. Back towards midfield. Innes fails to control. And a throw in for the Blue Jays. See if they can get some quick offense here. Down 2 goals with 2.5 left in this opening 45 minutes. Castanon carries for the Redmen. Over to Hamilton. Working right with less than 2 minutes left in this first half. The Redmen by 2 goals. It's played out off of Elmhurst. A throw for Zalewski. Into the corner, played along the end line and out for a goal kick.
Down 1.5 minutes to go here in the opening half of play. Carthage still being very aggressive on offense, not content to have just that 2-goal lead. They would love to tack on another one here in the closing minutes.
McMahon moves left. Over to Warren. Slowly working ahead. Chips it to the right side, headed away. With 1 minute left in the half, Carthage looking for some quick offense. They have twice held 2-goal leads here in this half. 3-1 and now 4-2. Into the box looking for more. Castanon has it knocked away. Blue Jays will send it back towards midfield. 30 seconds left in the half. Hamilton with a long run. For Castanon, Brim knocks it away. 20 seconds remaining. Can Elmhurst come up with some quick offense? They have numbers. Sterner lost it into the Carthage bench. And Carthage did a good job of keeping it in play along that far side, which will likely enable this first half to expire.
Excellent job by the Redmen in the closing seconds on defense. Elmhurst had numbers, like you said, a 4-on-3 advantage.
And we head to the half with Carthage holding a 4-2 lead on the board. Take a quick look at some of the first half numbers. The numbers that matter most are on the board, where Carthage holds a 4-2 advantage. The Redmen with 9 shots, 8 of those on goal. Sebastian Domszewski with 4 saves in the first half for Elmhurst. 8 shots for Elmhurst, 5 on net. So 3 saves for Aaron Dirk. Blue Jays have had 3 corners to 1 for Carthage. Fouls are 9-7 in favor of the Blue Jays. 2 yellow cards for Elmhurst, 1 for Carthage, and an offside against the Blue Jays here in the opening 45 minutes of play. Half number 2 comes your way shortly. This is Blue Jay TV coverage of Elmhurst College soccer, the CCIW opener against Carthage. 4-2, our score at the intermission here at Langhorst Field on the campus of Elmhurst College. Glad to have you alongside. Tim Calderwood with you, opposite Kevin Jude, the better-looking half of our broadcast crew today.
Yes, thank you.
A whole lot of offense in the first 45 minutes. Kevin, you've got to believe both teams talking here during this break about tightening up things on the defensive end.
Elmhurst especially, you saw too many opportunities there for Carthage, too many balls that just snuck past the defenders, leading to breakaway opportunities. A couple deflections for the Redmen that set up some goal opportunities as well. You know, if you're Carthage, you're happy that you've got a 2-goal lead, but you don't want to sit back on it either. They can play a little bit, pack in an extra defender almost, and that looks almost what they're doing here, seeing an extra man back playing defense here with a 2-goal cushion.
Brian Krensick will bring it into the offensive end. He looks for John Stewart, who has entered for the Blue Jays here in the second half, and out it goes. A throw in for Carthage. David Griggs ahead to Stewart. Sterner attempts to bring it down. Going to go along the near side, rolling towards Randy Warren. He will send it back from whence it came. Out it goes. Elmhurst throw. In goal for Elmhurst, Sebastian Domshevsky. Tough first half for him. Aaron Dirk with a difficult first 45 as well. Stumbling is Tyler Peterson, who has a pair of assists for Carthage today. It would lead to a long run from Luke Froelich, who is stuffed by Jordan Baker. Baker owns one of the 4 goals for Carthage today, his first of the year. Just underway in the second half. It's the CCIW opener, not just for these two teams, but for the 2010 season, the first conference match in men's soccer. No other conference matches scheduled for today. Carthage plays it out on the far side. And a throw in upcoming for the Blue Jays. Keith Thurman begins the half on the bench for Elmhurst. So the throw-in will fall to the shoulders of Nat Sterner, who tosses it into the box, headed away by Jordan Innes. Here come the Redmen with an opportunity. They've got a lot of black jerseys on the offensive end. Onside. Castanon fails to bring it in. He's being flanked from behind, and Castanon's attempt is wide right. Kerry Kenzior able to interrupt.
Both Elmhurst defenders who were back broke to the near side to cover one man, leaving the center of the field wide open. And the Blue Jays dodged a bullet that time.
It is a cool early fall, late afternoon on this Saturday here in Elmhurst. Elmhurst is 5-3. Carthage 4-4-1. The Blue Jays are the defending CCIW champions, and John Brem is offside. Recorded their first ever appearance in the NCAA tournament last fall, after winning the regular season CCIW championship, their first in program history as well. Blue Jays were offside, leading to the Carthage free kick. Sterner heads it loose, and a whistle against the Redmen. Blue Jay TV will have a lot of coverage of Elmhurst College athletics, men's and women's soccer, volleyball, and live video of all home football games, as well as audio from the road football contests. BlueJayTV.com, where you are currently. Bookmark it, make it among your favorites, and visit us frequently. There will also be links to archives of all of these contests, so you can go back and watch all of the action. Dirk punts it. Sterner chases it down, plays to space, too long, rolling out, headed for McMahon. You're seeing a much more conservative approach from both of these teams early on here in the second half as we come up on nearly 5 minutes in. And as soon as I say that, Pignataro tries to lead a break for Carthage. And it trickles out over the end line.
Elmhurst knows they've got a 2-goal deficit to make up, so you're going to see them probably start taking a few more chances, playing a little more aggressively than perhaps they normally would.
John Brem rids himself of Danny Diaz. Brem over to McMahon with some space. McMahon moving left, waiting, coming back to the right, tries to split between two Carthage defenders. Nothing doing. And a foul against Elmhurst. Jordan Baker with a free kick for Carthage. Along the near side, finding the open Pignataro. Pignataro bothered from behind.
More contact from behind, and the Blue Jays is Froelich going to be whistled for a foul, and now Carthage another free kick and a good scoring chance here early in the second.
Carthage led 1-0, 3-1, and 4-2. In a very busy first half. We saw 5 goals in a 10-minute span. The goals for Elmhurst belong to Randy Warren. As Carthage is whistled for offside, Randy Warren finishing a rebound of a penalty kick for the second Elmhurst goal. John Brem scoring the first marker for the Blue Jays, finishing a great feed from Keith Thurman and Brian McMahon. The goals for Carthage belong to Danny Diaz, Alex Jurosevic, Jordan Innes, and Jordan Baker. 2 assists credited to Tyler Peterson and 1 for Tyler Cortez. Carthage owning a 10-8 advantage in shots. Brem onside, plays to himself, stood up. Some great defense by the Red Men.
Very nice defense, good recovery that time. Otherwise, Brem was into the box for a one-on-one situation with Dirk.
Jurosevic with McMahon on his left hip. Brem against Jurosevic, tries to play back for McMahon. Cleared away by Diaz. Back out to Krensic. He'll serve it into the far side. Punched away.
Good job by Krensic. Saw Matt Sterner was setting up on the far post. But Dirk got there first, able to punch it out.
Throw into the box. Knocked away by Diaz. Along the near side, Warren tries to keep it alive. A collision. He goes down along with the Carthage player. We'll have a stoppage. It's the official coming in to check on Warren, who was shaken up in the first half. Warren helping himself up to his knees. Carthage holding a 2-goal advantage at 4-2.
Randy looks like he's okay. Just going to walk it off a little bit.
They'll drop it between John Brem and a member of Carthage momentarily as the official again checking to make sure that Warren is okay as he jogs off under his own recognizance. Officiating crew, Kevin.
Officiating crew once again, Chris Colofin, Keith Angel, and Victor Herrera. Colofin in the middle for this contest.
A foul on Elmhurst. Clock running, 37 minutes remaining. 4-2 Carthage. Quick restart for Pignataro. He'll bring it towards the left edge, into the box. Cleared away by Griggs. Down to Brem with space. Brem on a long run, stood up defensively by Will Velez. Here's Krensic with a sliding attempt, and it'll be played out by Froelich.
Brem a little mad at himself, had a chance coming that time, had some numbers again with McMahon and Sullivan.
Jordan Baker is open in the middle. Lofts it into the box. Pignataro behind him. Brem comes away. Brem has some big-time speed. He's showing it with a long run. Brem upended. And a stoppage of the clock as the card will come out of the pocket. Danny Diaz issued a yellow. The second yellow against Carthage.
Hard collision as Brem had a whole head of steam coming across midfield, trying to knife his way into the Carthage defense and try to create an opportunity for Elmhurst.
I'm Tim Calderwood along with Kevin Judy on this Saturday here in Elmhurst. Men's soccer action between Elmhurst and Carthage. A free kick upcoming for Randy Warren. With a wall set up for Carthage, a good opportunity perhaps for the Blue Jays to try to chip away at this 2-goal deficit. Carthage 4, Elmhurst 2. There's the restart. Warren into the box. Cleared away. An opportunity for Sterner, well to the right of Aaron Dirk. .35-50 left in the second. Carthage leading 4-2. Brem intercepts. Immediately double teamed. And he's fouled. Set up a free kick 45 yards away. Randy Warren spins it and waits for his teammates to cluster on the far side of the field.
Another opportunity here for Elmhurst if Warren can get a good serve on this ball.
Into the middle, to the box. Sterner moving right, tries the post, and he hits it. Sterner off the right post.
Good shot by Matt Sterner. You called it to him. He was aiming, trying to tuck it inside that near post and just a little bit too far to the outside of it. Puts it out of play and a goal kick for Dirk.
Under 35 minutes left. Elmhurst has shown a couple of good offensive opportunities. They posted shots on their last 2 trips up the field. Both by Matt Sterner, both wide. Down by 2 goals. The Blue Jays possess. Kenzior, far side, working against Castanon. And it is out of bounds for a throw-in. Carthage thought it was off of Elmhurst. Steve Doman, the head coach of the Redmen. Dave DiTomaso for Elmhurst. And the CCIW opener for each of these schools. Back onto the Elmhurst side. Randy Warren takes his time. He'll send it into the box for McMahon with the left foot. Diving on top is Dirk.
McMahon, I'm not sure if he was looking for someone to come across. Didn't get much on the shot. Maybe he was hoping for someone coming from the far side of the field to intercept that and try to redirect.
Elmhurst, the preseason favorites here in the CCIW. Carthage picked to finish 3rd. The Redmen on the road leading 4-2 with 33:20 remaining. John Stewart pushes over to Sterner. He locates Brem, who is onside. Brem using his body as a shield along the near side. Feeds Krensic. Collects towards the box. Stewart overshot Brem, who started to come back towards Stewart.
And there was a big hole right in the middle there. If he hits Brem in stride, Brem could have walked right into the box that time.
Elmhurst receiving 6 first-place votes in the preseason coaches poll. Wheaton and North Park also receiving votes. The top 4 make the CCIW tournament. Carthage with numbers. But Jurosevic had to wait to make sure he could get onside. The Blue Jays have run an offside trap on a couple occasions, and it's worked. Castanon loses it. Koshbin sends it into the Elmhurst bench. 32:05 left.
Blue Jays would love to get one here, still relatively early in this opening half, trailing by 2.
Do we have a corner upcoming? No, a goal kick. Brian McMahon was trying to position himself for a potential corner kick. The Red Men continue to lead by 2 goals. Both teams have had chances here early in the second, more so on the Elmhurst side. The Blue Jays looking to cut into the deficit, and we'll have substitutions. David Madison on for Elmhurst. Rafał Zaluski for Carthage, a pair of number 10s. Outside the box, Elmhurst pushing ahead. Sterner with the left foot, poked away. In the box, Elmhurst wanted a handball. Back out to Crowder. Madison fights, and another handball. This time it will be called just outside of the box.
Brem will take the free kick for the Blue Jays.
From 22 yards away. That means the wall will have to be backed up.
We said in the past, Brem's shown the ability to be able to bend the ball over the wall. Let's see what he can do here.
Aaron Dirk waltzing from post to post. The official continuing to back up the wall. Brem's kick into the wall and out, a corner.
Early opportunities here for Elmhurst. They're going to have to cash in on one of these shortly, Tim.
The 4th corner of the match. The wall breaks into the box. Headed, knocked away by Dirk. It is still loose. Dirk is slow to get up. The ball is free. A battle inside the 8-yard box. Still airborne, and Dirk, who was shaken up, recovers to control. And we'll have a stoppage of the clock. With 29:10 remaining, the Carthage netminder is shaken up, but it appears as though he will be okay. Some very good chances in there for Elmhurst, Kevin.
Absolutely, Tim. All kinds of traffic in the middle of the net there as Dirk went down. And Blue Jays not able to just get off a good shot there. Carthage defense had packed it in. And the Redmen able to prevent Elmhurst from getting that good shot.
Men's soccer action here on Bluejay TV today. The Elmhurst College men's soccer team will be in action again on Tuesday evening against the University of Chicago over at Barron's Park. Another matchup that can be viewed here on No. Offside. So our next action here on Bluejay TV will be?
Next home game will be for soccer. We're looking at October 13th against North Central College. That'll be over at Barron's Park. It's a men's and women's doubleheader.
Blue Jays will host Chicago on Tuesday evening. They then travel to North Park and Wheaton. Boy, those are two tough matches to have back-to-back.
This is why you wanted to come out here and make a good start here in the conference season.
Brem over to Madison, fires it high.
Good opportunity for Elmhurst, just too much power on that ball for Madison. Zipped it up high as it was breaking out to the left side.
The goal kick for Dirk. Boy, Elmhurst has really controlled possession here in the second half. 27-19 remaining, but they're still down by 2. Brem on the left edge. Flanked by Baker. Out it goes, a corner.
And you can see part of that, Tim. Carthage is packing in the defense a little bit more. Almost playing with an extra defender in there when they've got that 2-goal lead.
The 5th corner of the day. The Blue Jays surrounding Dirk as the corner is unloaded. And it will scoot out for a goal kick. Substitution for Carthage. Exiting is Jurosevic. Taking his place, Mark Goldsberry. Out of bounds as a whistle. Foul against Elmhurst.
Madison with the chest trap that time, but unable to control it. As Cortez did a nice job of stepping in front and then drawing the foul.
Carthage with an opportunity here. They haven't had many in this second half. Froelich is thrown to the turf. And a foul against the Redmen. Griggs between the hashes. Over to Warren. He will chip it up. Looking for Madison. Wants help from Krensick, who could not control. And a substitution for both sides. .25 minutes left. 4-2, Carthage in control. Though the Blue Jays have done their best here in the first 20 minutes of the second half to slice into the deficit. They have held a commanding edge in shots here in the second half. Have posted some corner kicks as well, but have not been able to come up with a marker. Sterner looks for help. Crowder swings along the near side for Krensick. He will serve it through the box. To the feet of Sterner. His shot just to the left of the diving Dirk.
Sterner didn't miss by much on that shot, just sent it a little wide. Blue Jays are knocking on the door, but haven't been able to to crack that Carthage defense yet this half.
Sterner's 3rd shot of the afternoon.
Elmhurst out shooting Carthage now 14-10.
Foul against Elmhurst on the goal kick. Less than 24 minutes from Langhorst Field in Elmhurst, Illinois. I'm Tim Calderwood along with Kevin Jude on this Saturday. Glad to have you on Bluejay TV. Bouncing towards Domshevsky between the pipes. He will roll it out to Warren. Booted away by Diaz. Griggs heads it all the way back towards Domshevsky. He's got to hurry to prevent it from going over the end line, and he's able to. Meanwhile, he's challenged from the charging Cortez.
Had no choice but to kind of play that to the sideline and let it roll out of bounds.
Carthage packing in the box, looking for insurance. Out to Brem. Will use his right foot to change directions towards the left side. Now it is Sterner. Brem has to stop to prevent the offside from being called. Crowder against a double team. Kept in along the far side by Carthage. And it's played out into the Elmhurst bench.
Down to 22 minutes left to go in this contest. Redmond going to start, probably see them taking a little more time on each throw-in and each free kick. Trying to milk some seconds off that clock here as they've got a 2-goal lead.
Randy Warren looking for McMahon. Krensick watches it bounce on the sideline. Quick restart in for McMahon. And he could not get in position from Austin Haas. And a challenge, a stoppage as Krensick trips up a Carthage player and the yellow card is out. Mark Goldsberry challenged by Krensick with 21:39 to play. The card is out. Carthage leads 4-2. And Jordan Baker with the free kick. From 45 yards away. To the right edge of the box. Overshot Cortez. Rolls towards the corner. Cortez cannot keep it in. But it will be a throw in deep on the Elmhurst side. The Redmen have a chance here potentially to try to press ahead and lock it in deep on the Elmhurst side.
Elmhurst desperately needs to get something going here offensively. They had that momentum coming out in the half early on here, but have just been unable to find the back of the net. Some good scoring chances. You've seen Sterner miss just wide. You've seen Madison shoot miss just high.
Zalewski waiting, drawing in 3 white jerseys. He continues to dribble. Over to the right side. Castanon's chance is wide right. And a sub for Carthage. Nearing 20 minutes left. Neither team has scored here in the second after a hectic first 45 minutes of play, featuring 6 goals, 4 for Carthage and 2 for Elmhurst. Valise sends it into the middle. Froelich will try to turn over towards Krensick. Back to Froelich with some room in front. Froelich draws in the Carthage defense. Into the middle comes Crowder, and it's cleared away. Back to Krensick, who lost it along the near side.
Krensick trying to get just a touch into Austin Haas and didn't have enough on it.
Rolling back to Domshevsky. Bumps it onto the offensive end. Being headed around. Crowder sends it airborne 20 yards away. Cleared out by the leaping Innes. Froelich tries again. Trapped by Haas. Over to Sterner, right edge. Sterner into the box. Stutter steps left, comes back right. His shot attempt is blocked. And a corner upcoming for the Blue Jays. The 6th corner of the match.
We've seen it in the past, Tim, as Elmhurst can really start to press when they fall behind a little bit. They did this against Dominican. They were down 2 goals, and then they turned it on and really outplayed Dominican down the stretch.
Under 19 minutes remaining, a header off the crossbar and into the back of the net by John Brem on the rebound. Brem strikes gold, and the Blue Jays have chipped away.
John Brem, right place, right time. Open rebound in front off the header. Header just missed for the Blue Jays. Wanted to say that was Kerry Kenzior who got the head on it.
One down And 1 to go for Elmhurst, trailing 4-3 with under 19 minutes remaining. Randy Warren collides with a Carthage player. And a free kick will set up for the Red Men from 30 yards away. Carthage seeking an answer after a second half that has been all Elmhurst. The Blue Jays have finally found the back of the net. They're down by a goal. Into the box. To the feet, the shot is blocked. Attempt from Zalewski, blocked away by the Blue Jays. Sterner all by himself. The striker collects. He turns and is pushed from behind. Free kick Elmhurst as the Blue Jays trudge ahead on offense. Header towards the box. McMahon with his back to the goal, flanked by 2 Carthage defenders. Clears it out. Kenzior lumbers his way in to try to keep it alive, but Zalewski takes it away. He has Schlagter out in front, and it is kept in by Carthage. Foul against Elmhurst with less than 17 minutes to play. It is a 4-3 lead in favor of Carthage. Time keeps on ticking. 16 and a half. Pignataro towards Goldsberry, centering, and a shot is well high. The attempt by Peterson, senior out of New Berlin, Wisconsin. Quick restart from Domshevsky, who uses a short attempt. And now he'll try the left side for Warren. Under control, keeps it in front. Too strong for McMahon. Into the Elmhurst bench. And a throw for the Red Men on the far side.
Carthage.
Coming up on 15 minutes remaining.
Now you can see Carthage taking a little more time, switching players in on the throw, and they're going to try to, milk every second off the clock that they possibly can.
Tripped up outside the box. Zalewski slow to emerge. Into the box on a crossing attempt. Domshevsky recognizes an open Brem. Quickly slings it ahead. Brem off to the left edge for Haas. And it's taken away.
A little too far behind. The passes are just too far behind their intended target. Brem's pass a little too far behind, then Haas's pass that was ended up being intercepted.
Billy Hamilton right down Main Street. Finds Goldsberry. Griggs takes it away. Griggs with a long run. Griggs sliding. Innes is there to deflect.
Looks like you're
And
going to get an offside on Carthage. Second one of the match against the Redmen.
Nearing 14 minutes to play in a 4-3 match in favor of the visitors.
Well, as we saw in the first half, 14 minutes is a long amount of time, as we saw 5 goals in a 10-minute span in the opening half.
Kenzior to McMahon, who is pushed from behind.
Two hands in the back that time by the Carthage defender. Will get whistled for the foul.
Could be a good opportunity for the Blue Jays to try to tie it here as they will set up just outside of the box.
About 20 yards out from the outside.
Here's Brem's free kick, headed airborne by Sterner and out.
So he was looking for in the middle. Sterner just unable to control the header. Fired it wide.
Down to 13 minutes remaining. 4-3. Carthage on top. Brem brings it under control. He locates Haas. In the middle, it's Crowder. Back across to the far side. Kenzior for Brem. Gets around his defender. Brem brings it into the box. He tries to center, and it's cleared away. And now Elmhurst pressing ahead.
You can see not many forwards back for Carthage. They are loading up that defensive box, trying to preserve that 1-goal lead.
Zalewski pushes it towards the midfield. And it is free, knocked away by Goldsberry.
Nice job by Goldsberry to keep it in play, though, as it comes back towards the middle.
Crowder will play back for Warren. Working along the near side. Over towards McMahon. Krensick outside the box. To his left. Into the middle. An opportunity. Off the post. Haas with a great chance. Off the post. Rolling out off of the Carthage goalie. A corner upcoming for the Blue Jays.
Just a piece of the inside of the post, but not enough to send it back in.
Here's the corner. Headed out of the box. And Carthage trying to counter quickly. Elmhurst is pressing, only Warren is back. And it'll roll out near the center line. A throw in for Elmhurst.
Great movement that time by Elmhurst as Krensick set up Haas in the middle. He turned and got the good look. But just the goalpost not given the friendly touch.
Kevin, where was this Elmhurst team in the first 45 minutes?
Well, it's something we saw before when the Blue Jays are behind, playing a little bit desperate. They're very hard to contain.
That sense of urgency, perhaps.
Absolutely. It was similar like this in Dominican, where Elmhurst fell behind 2-0 against Dominican. Then they got one back late, and then they just pretty much dominated the final 8 to 10 minutes of that contest, getting all kinds of scoring chances that they just weren't able to convert.
4-3. The lead belongs to Carthage. Into the box, and a chance for Sterner is deflected to set up another corner.
Head referee Chris Kalafin right there in front of it. He called the touch. So another corner kick opportunity for Elmhurst as Sterner will send it in.
Sterner places it down. The corner upcoming. Into the box to the far side and all the way through. Carthage will just let it ride. And it rides out. But a throw-in.
Rolled over the sideline on the end line. 4 subs in for the Redmen now.
I don't know if that was necessarily the area that Carthage would have liked to let it go. But they didn't really have a plan either.
I think they were hoping that it would go over the end line for a goal kick. Instead, it's in the back corner there for a throw-in.
With under 10 minutes remaining, Elmhurst continuing to press ahead. But they have to be careful here to make sure to not give up the home run ball to Carthage. As Baker chips it onto the Elmhurst side. Brought in by Jurosevic, who has returned. Over to Baker, crossing midfield. Sings it into the box. Domshevsky is there. There were no trailers for Carthage at all. McMahon heads it over to Brem. Back to McMahon. Airborne for Sterner. He's onside. Sterner into the box. Off of Heike. Nine minutes to play. Still a 1-goal advantage at 4-3. And a foul upcoming. It is against Elmhurst. Clock continues to move. Headed into the box, Domszewski comes out dangerously ahead of Eurosevic, who owns one of the 4 Carthage goals. A 4-3 Carthage lead. Crowder brings it onto the Carthage side. Randy Warren looking for a ball to throw in, nearing 8 minutes. Warren for McMahon outside the box. He looks for some help, and he'll fire it through to the far side. Froelich able to keep it alive.
A little too far wide that time, looking for Sterner coming from the other side and couldn't find him.
Here's Krensic. His shot is wide right. And he recognizes that he missed an opportunity. 17 shots for Elmhurst.
Blue Jays with an 8-1 edge in corner kicks here as well, Tim.
But yet they find themselves down by a goal. We are entering crunch time.
You're going to see
Cortez was onside.
You're going to see Domszewski in a situation like that. They're going to have to cheat the defenders up. Elmhurst down by a goal. Domszewski alertly coming out to play that one out of harm's way.
Brem rids himself of Baker, but lost the ball in the process. Castanon collects. Stop of the clock. The official waiting for a ball to come into play. And now he will restart with 6:43. Warren's kick is into the box. Elmhurst wanted a handball. Back out to Froelich. His attempt is blocked. Chested down by Cortez. It's a 2-on-2. Cortez lost it from behind as Crowder takes it away.
Nice job by Neil Crowder, just slowing him down a little bit. David Griggs able to step in front and disrupt the Carthage run.
It is still in along that far side, and it will roll out for a goal kick.
6 minutes, 5 seconds left to go in this contest.
Domszewski's kick across the midfield line. Loose, and Griggs collides as the whistle goes against Elmhurst.
Carthage an opportunity to waste a little more time now.
Down to 5:35 to play. The free kick for Peterson. Angling right towards the box. Carthage with an opportunity to use some of that 5:22 remaining. But a good job of Haas stepping in front.
Warren was looking for Sterner that time. Sterner had slipped on the turf.
Eurosevic rolling towards the box. We have reached the 5-minute mark.
Domszewski taking the throw in for the Blue Jays as Elmhurst is in extreme hurry-up mode with less than 5 to go.
And you have to be down by a goal. Carthage in possession.
Long one right there as you see Domszewski playing out almost at the top of the box there to handle that one.
Haas along the near side. Watches as it rolls out. A throw in for Krensic. Towards the box. Headed away. And a foul on Krensic, who came in for the challenge with 4:05 remaining. Carthage has some more time to tick away here. Pignataro double teamed by Krensic and Griggs. It'll go out for a Carthage throw with 3:35 to play.
Just what Carthage trying to do now here. Get it into the corner, aim for the corners, and run some clock. So there's even a situation where you need to try and get it on net. You just want to run around and waste a little bit of time here.
And one way to do it would be to go from side to side, which Carthage is doing a very good job of. Nearing 3 minutes remaining.
See the Redmen playing right back out. They had a chance to go down the middle. Instead, they're going to play it back out and go for the corner.
Domshevsky collects with 3 minutes to play, and he knocks it out on the far side. Not ideal because it will give Carthage more opportunity to milk the clock.
Another Redmen throw-in coming up.
Castanon with the throw. Finding Eurosevic, double teamed, and a goal kick. So a substitution for Elmhurst, but the clock will not stop inside 5 minutes. So the Blue Jays need to get this sub done in a hurry as Keith Thurman enters. And the official holding up the stop, or the restart, until Kerry Kenzior can exit the playing field. And now we're back to live action with 2:13 to play.
Tim, don't be surprised in the final minute if you see Elmhurst with the chance that all those defenders, even Sebastian Domshevsky, might be coming out.
Dangerous into the box.
All the way up towards midfield, and seeing if Elmhurst can generate some last-ditch offensive effort.
Dirk is there with under 2 minutes. Here is Griggs with the left foot. Jump ball. Brought down. Played away by Valise. Froelich. Over towards Crowder on the left side. Thurman was the target. Back it comes. Only one Carthage player is there against two Blue Jays. Time tick, tick, ticking with 1:25 left. Baker into the box. Kicked away by Domshevsky. Quick restart with 1:15. Headed back. It's a 1-goal advantage for Carthage in the CCIW opener. Trying to open conference play with a big statement. Domshevsky forced to hurry. Down to 60 seconds. Brem with a left foot. Cannot get away from his defender, but it is out off of Carthage. A throw-in with 50 seconds remaining. Thurman has to hurry. And here comes everybody for the Blue Jays.
They're going to pack it all in. Domshevsky's coming up to about midfield here.
Thurman into the box. Clear. Griggs, it's still loose. Haas had a try. Out to Froelich with 30 seconds remaining. Still being headed around in the box. It remains loose. An opportunity to defeat. It is loose and cleared away to the near side. Down to 20 seconds to play. Warren to hurry on the throw-in with 15 seconds to go. Thurman down by a goal. Domshevsky charging all the way into the box with 10 seconds remaining. Headed away. Back towards Thurman with 5. And that will do it as Carthage upends Elmhurst 4-3 in the CCIW opener. The Redmen are 5-4-1 and 1-0 in the CCIW, while Elmhurst drops to 5-4 in their first appearance as the defending CCIW champions here at Langhorst Field.
Obviously not the start the Blue Jays were hoping for to open conference play, as Carthage just made the most of those first half opportunities, Tim. Too many early mistakes, too many deflected balls actually going the way of Carthage as well. And Elmhurst, they pressed hard down the stretch, but just unable to find that equalizer out here on Langhorst Field as they suffer the defeat in their conference opener.
By and by, an entertaining match here at Langhorst Field, but it was Carthage with a 4-3 win, and that will wrap up our coverage from Elmhurst College on this Saturday. For our entire crew here on Bluejay TV and for my partner Kevin Jude,